everyone. Very nice of you to join me. It's going a bit dotty on my own here. So hope you enjoy your quick snack for today. We will be over by the time it's happy hour time. It's just a quick snack. It's Friday afternoon after all. I do hope you have your essential piece of equipment. And that's not for sitting on watching. I'm watching you. I know what you're up to. All right, so we can do some fun things with the chair. So we'll start off with some stretching. It always helps if the chair's the right way round for this one. So a hamstring stretch. We want to feel that stretch behind your thigh. So make sure that your hips are square on towards that chair. Place the leg up. Keep a soft knee and with a nice straight back. Just check that those hips are square on and that you're not starting to twist. Flex your foot strongly. And with a straight back, hinge forwards until you feel that stretch through into that hamstring. Pull that foot back. So don't round your back. Make sure those hips are staying square on. And nice deep breaths. Remember to get the breath to the base of the lungs. So as you flex that foot strongly, it may come through into the calf as well. You don't want any discomfort in the lower back. If you're getting that, you can either bend your knee a little bit more or don't lean forwards quite so much. So nice deep breaths. Feel that stretch into that hamstring. Changing sides. Remember to squeeze your core as you change sides. Hips square on, no twisting. Place that leg up with a straight back, hinging forwards. So check your hips once more and flex that foot strongly. No rounding through the back, nice straight back, hinging forwards. Get the breath to the base of the lungs, nice deep breaths. Flex your foot strongly, lean into that stretch. Always compare left and right side and make sure you're feeling the stretch in the right place. And easing out of that. And now a buttock stretch. So this one's a really good one. Good one for when you're traveling as well. I don't know when that one will be, but still. So a buttock stretch. This is also good for sciatica. So it's easier if the foot is closer to the knee. As you bring that foot in a little closer towards your hip, it becomes a little bit more challenging. Make sure that other foot is resting on the floor. Keep equal pressure throughout the buttocks. You try and let that leg flop out, but don't lean over to do that. And lean forwards within your limits of discomfort. So leaning into that stretch. See if you can perhaps touch the floor. So feeling that stretch through into my left buttock. So always work within your limits. A good firm stretch. Don't stretch into pain except when we do our thigh stretch. Squeeze your core to come up and out of that and changing sides. So this is a nice easy stretch, good for sciatica, that you can do a few times during the day. So 3 to 5 times during the day. So either on the closer to the knee or closer to the hip. Let that knee flop out wide and hinge forwards with a nice straight back and reaching over. Notice how far down you're reaching. So feel that stretch into that button. Always consciously relax your stretched muscle and ease a little further into that stretch on your breath out. Squeeze your core to bring yourself up and out of that stretch. And we'll do a thigh stretch. Now, really important with your thigh stretch to maintain your pelvic tilt. Don't go into a sway in the back because then you'll feel that discomfort into the lower back. So now, heel to the buttock, tuck with your pelvis, lock that pelvis, and pull back and behind. So up nice and straight, keep pulling that knee back and behind while you maintain that pelvic tilt. So now and make sure the knee is not out there. Drop those knees down and together. So you need to squeeze your core. Keep tucking with that pelvis and up nice and straight. So if you're not getting that good 9 out of 10 of stretch, try and inch that knee back a little further. Those tight thigh muscles literally pull the pelvis into the wrong position and can be implicated in the sore lower back. And changing sides. So heel to the buttock, tuck with your pelvis, and then pull that leg back and behind your torso. Remember to breathe through your stretch, and those abdominals should be working strongly to maintain your pelvic tilt. Come on, Meryl, you can inch that knee back another couple of centimeters. Yes, Ira, you also need to stretch after a good long walk. And easing out of that. And don't neglect a calf stretch. Just be careful, you can do it against the wall. You don't want your chair to be moving as you do this one. So just careful, feel free to go against your wall. Make sure that your feet are straight, so that that foot is straight. You can even try turning your toes slightly in. Tap with your pelvis. Straight line from the crown of the head down towards that back heel. Shoulder blades are in pocket. Press that back heel down towards the floor. Keep your hips facing squarely on towards your chair or the wall. So that is your outer calf. Now if we want to stretch closer to the Achilles tendon, bring that leg in, make sure that your knee is in line with that second toe, and sink that hip down. So feel that stretch more near the Achilles tendon. Make sure you're not sticking your bottom out, tuck under, sit down on that stretch. Easing out of that, changing sides. So your back foot either straight or your toes turn slightly inwards. So what you're aiming for is that firm stretch. So angle that foot, but make sure it's not turned out. Either straight or slightly turned in. Remember to keep shoulder blades in pocket and a nice straight line from the crown of the head down towards that back heel. Breathe through your stretch. And bring that back leg in a little closer. And sit down on that back heel. Yes, I nearly forgot this earlier stretch, the deeper calf one. And there's no one out there to remind me. And easing out of that. All right, time to work those feet a little. Now you have got your chair here if you need it for balance. But if you don't need it, then you don't need to hold on to it. Make sure that your feet are nice and straight. So you imagine you're holding something between your ankle bones. Make sure you're tucking under with the tailbone. Shoulder blades are in pocket. Rise up for the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're not sickling out through those ankles. Hold it there for 5. Squeeze your core, squeeze the buttocks, squeeze in from those inner thighs. Most of the weight should be on the base of the big toe. Now slowly down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it there. And then 5. Slowly up. Get those small muscles of the feet working and also feel your calves working. You want to watch me from the side. So slowly up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want your hips above your ankles, tucking under with the tailbone, squeezing in from those inner thighs, squeezing the buttocks. Slowly down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, slowly up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it there. Squeeze your core, squeeze the buttocks, squeeze in from those inner thighs. Now feel those small muscles of the feet work. 1, 2, 3, hold it, 4, just above the ground, and then down. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold it there. Raise the arms up to the ceiling. I do hope you haven't had that GNT yet. Slowly down. No, close your eyes. Hold it there and close your eyes. Close your eyes. Oops. And slowly down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. All right, now for osteoporosis, we're wanting some movement in through those, some pounding in through those bones so that you start to lay down the bone. So it's a good thing to be doing is hopping or jumping. And as adults, we don't get into that habit of jumping anymore. So you may want to hold on to your chair. Okay, so you can do both together. Okay, so you can hold up to your chair, or you can do one at a time. Okay, I know it's hot out there, but get those knees up. Get those knees up. You're wanting a bit of pounding through your bones. Otherwise, you can jump. If you have a skipping rope, you're not worried you're going to trip over it, you can skip. Okay, so you're wanting to get some pounding through those bones and relax out of it. So that's a good thing to do on a daily basis. So walking does not help with osteoporosis. Stairs do, okay? And that jumping is a simple thing that you can do. It also makes you a little bit puffed, so that's another good thing. All right. Okay, so now onto a bit more strengthening. And yes, squats are on the menu. We're going to have a few different options here. So Eileen, I know you've got those sore knees. So this is your very easiest variation. Make sure that you're sitting well back into your chair and tucking with the pelvis. Now, straighten one leg, flex your foot, shoulder blades are in pocket, you're squeezing your core, and get that knee locked out completely straight. Hold, 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 and then down. Do 10 on one side, and then you can do 10 on the other. All right, so if you've got sore knees, or you're finding the squats a bit much, this is your easiest variation. Okay, so you have 3 different options here. Aim to please, there you go. And in any case, I can't tell you're groaning. As Ira said, that's just how I like it. You doing it and not coming to. Okay, so you can do your sit to stand. Now just be aware of the position of the pelvis. We don't want that, okay? So tuck with the pelvis, get your pelvis in the right position. You bring yourself up and you sit yourself down, up and down. You squeeze the buttocks to drive through the hips. With just that positioning, you want to make sure that your feet are hip distance apart and knees are in line with those second toes. No little inwards roll of those knees. You take yourself down, bring yourself up. All right. And for those of you who would like a challenge, join me against the wall. All right. So for against the wall, have my friends in the way, so I'll be off to one side here. And I need my watch. Make sure that your feet are away from the walls, that as you take yourself down, your knee is more or less in line with your ankle. Kneecaps are in line with the second toe. So now if you do have sore knees, you may not want to go quite so deep into it. Otherwise, you go down as deep as you can, no lower than the knee height. And we're going to hold it there for 30 seconds. Push your shoulder blades into the ball. Squeeze in from those inner thighs, but don't let your knees roll in. Squeeze your core. Your tailbone should be resting on the wall. You will have a small natural curve. Press your shoulder blades into the wall. If you can do so comfortably, rest your feet on the wall. Press the back of the arms into the wall. Squeeze your core, that corset around your center. Nice deep breaths. That takes us to 30 seconds. Come up and out of that. So counting your other ones, if you're doing those, so you're aiming for 20 sit to stand or 10 each leg on the other one. Take it down and hold it there. 30 seconds. Press your shoulder blades into the wall. Oh, sorry, I wanted to do a minute. 30 seconds. Squeeze the core, squeeze in from the inner thighs. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. So as deep down into that squat as you can take it, where you're feeling your thighs and not pain into those knee joints. Don't feel those knee joints come up a little bit higher. I do hope you can hear me about that construction site across the road. Okay, nice deep breaths. Keep squeezing in from those inner thighs. Squeeze your core, keep that tailbone resting on the wall. And that takes you to 1 minute, coming up and out of that. Maybe a little sip after that one. All right. It's time for some abdominals. We have got a couple of choices here. Okay, so just may need to bring that in a little closer and angle it slightly down. All right, your easier variation here. You will just do perfect abdominal curl. Knees are together, feet are flexed and apart. Either interlink your fingers behind your head, elbows out wide, or hands on opposite shoulders if you've got a sore neck, but also if you'd like more of a challenge. So squeeze ribs to hips. Breathe out to curl up, breathing in that small release. Okay. Now if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can pop your legs up on the chair. Now, if you'd like to choose a lower chair, if you get the time to go and do that, squeeze in from the inner thighs. Holding hand weights will make it easier. Your challenging one. So last breath out, peeling the spine off the floor. Deep breath in as you stretch. Breathing out, tucking. Breath out. Reach for your toes. Sink into the hips. Curve into your back. Roll it down one vertebra at a time. Last breath out, peeling the spine off. Reach for your toes, squeeze the inner thighs and roll yourself down. Last breath out, reaching for the toes, sink into the hips, tucking with the pelvis to roll back. Last breath out, deep breath in to stretch. Use those abdominals, curl into your back. Peeling the spine off the floor, reaching for your toes. Make sure you squeeze your inner thighs and roll down. Squeeze ribs to hips, no pulling up with neck or shoulders. You can, of course, also do that roll back with your feet on the floor. Or perfect abdominal curl, as you like. Curl into your back, roll it down. Don't try rolling down with a straight back to protect your neck. Tuck your chin in and look towards those abdominals. Last breath out as you peel the spine up off the floor. Curling down. Last breath out. Bless you. Sink into the hips. Tucking, tucking, tucking. Squeezing ribs to hips to come up. Okay, we always love our grand finales. So, you get to move the chair out of the way. Lift it up. And hold it there. Squeeze in from those inner thighs. Squeeze your core. Nice narrow V as you hold. Stop complaining, Faye. And release it down gently. Well done. No, don't worry, I haven't forgotten the hover. I'll give you a couple of variations for that as well. Okay, so you can do your usual hover. You can go onto the knees. Need to make sure I'm timing this one. So you can stay on the knees. Remember with your hover, it's all in that tuck with the pelvis. You want to isolate into the abdominals and not feel your lower back. So you can stay on the knees, especially if you have got sore shoulders or a sore lower back. Otherwise, go onto the toes, no sagging in through the back. But if you would like a challenge, yes, that's what the chair is there for. Okay, just strategically place that. You can go onto your hands, place your feet onto your chair, and you can have your toes flat or there, and a nice straight line. Get into position. We're holding it for 1 minute. Make sure your shoulder blades are in pocket, neck in line with the rest of the spine, and you're concentrating on your pelvic tilt. Chin is tucked in, looking down between your hands. No hunching with your shoulders. Squeeze your core, that corset around your center. Yes, Maureen, if you want a challenge, you can raise and lower and alternate with those legs. Breathing out to lift and breathing in to lower. Otherwise, hold it there. Keep tucking under with the tailbone. Make sure you keep isolating into those abdominals and also engage through the pelvic floor. You're not engaging through that pelvic floor. You tend to bear down. Make sure you're doing it. And easing out of that. Give those wrists a little shake and into rest position. So make sure that feet are together, knees are out wide, and sink your chest down there. Flatten your spine. Time for a quick drink. And you've got bridging now. With your bridging, you can, especially if you've got a sore lower back, just stick with the feet on the floor. So you're bridging. Otherwise, pop your feet up on your chair. Get the buttocks a little closer into your chair. So feet together, knees together. Ideally, you want in your knees to be more or less above your hips. Palms are facing up. Make sure that you keep your head nice and straight. So don't turn the head. Keep your chin tucked in. So pelvic tilt, imprint your lower back, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze the buttocks, and press your hips up high. Squeeze those inner thighs and roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. And the very last thing you'll do is release through the pelvic tilt. If you are cramping in those hamstrings, squeeze your inner thighs more and squeeze those buttocks more. So breathing out to peel the spine off. A deep breath in, push your shoulders into the floor. Try and get that straight line from your shoulder to your knee. And roll yourself down, one vertebra at a time. Now concentrate on your breathing. Breathing out to peel the spine off the floor. A deep breath in as you press those hips up, squeezing buttocks, squeezing inner thighs. Breathing out as you roll yourself down, one vertebra at a time. Last thing you'll do is release the pelvic tilt just to the neutral. Peeling the spine off the floor. Push your hips up high and roll your spine down. So think what you're trying to achieve in this exercise. You're trying to achieve loosening of the spine. So you're peeling off and rolling down. Now, what is the added benefit of having your feet on the chair? I'm sure you can all feel it. You start to work those hamstrings and the buttocks a little bit harder, which also means we have to work those abdominals harder. So peeling the spine off, push your hips up high, tucking with the pelvis. Keep your shoulders nice and flat, keep your chin tucked in, protect your neck. Push those hips up, squeeze the buttocks, squeeze in from those inner thighs. Roll yourself down. Last thing you do is release that pelvic tilt. Peeling the spine off the floor, push your hips up and roll yourself down. It's just a snap, so we'll leave it there. Hug your knees close into the chest. And if those hamstrings are killing you, you may want a quick hamstring stretch. So flex the foot back, pull your knee towards your shoulder. Just relieve that hamstring. So if you find you feel those hamstrings tomorrow, remember to give you a quick stretch out. And changing sides. So stretch those hamstrings out. Breathe through the stretch. And easing out of that. All right. Okay, time for some arm work. So for the arms, we're going to do some triceps. Now once again, just careful of that stability of your chair. You may want to have it against the wall if you worry that your chair is going to move. All right, I know if my chair moves, my support staff will come and help me. Not really. Okay, so triceps. Get your body nice and straight. So you're not wanting that sort of thing. Get your torso upright and pinch your shoulder blades. Dip yourself down. Your tips of the elbows should be facing backwards. And push yourself up. You're trying to, if you want to make it easier, don't go down so far. Otherwise, you're trying to get it to where your elbows in line with your shoulder. And push yourself up. Keep your torso nice and upright. And no cheating with pushing through those legs. Try and take as much weight through your arms as possible. Breathe out to lower, deep breath in to push up. Make sure that you are squeezing your core and keeping your torso nice and upright. Don't allow those shoulders to roll forwards. Keep your shoulder blades gently pinched. So tip it down, push through the hands to bring yourself up. Keep your torso nice and upright. Breathe out to lower, deep breath in to push up. What's that? You've had enough of this one. Well, all good things have to come to an end. Last one. Up you go. All right. All talk and enjoy your weekend. Well done. Bye, everyone.